The diagram below shows the triangles CBA, so CBA, and CDE, so CDE. Part A. The coordinates of C are 4.5, 0. So 4.5, 0. That's the coordinates of the point C. From the diagram, write down the coordinates of the points A, B, D, and E. So point A is here, and we start with the x value. So we move our finger up to the x-axis, and this is 1. And then we move our finger across to the y-axis, and this is -2. So it's 1, -2. Be very careful not to write -2, 1. That would be incorrect. The x part must come first. So the 1 must come first. The number on the x-axis must come first. And the y part must come second. So -2 is on the y-axis, and that comes second. So 1, -2. The coordinates B are 4, 2. Again, make sure you do the x part first. So 4, 2, and it's not 2, 4. That would be incorrect. The x part must come first. D is down here. So it lines up with 6 on the x-axis and -6 on the y-axis. So 6, -6. And then E is here. It lines up with 15 on the x-axis and 6 on the y-axis. So 15, 6, and that's for 5 marks. B, show, using slopes, that the line segments AB and DE are parallel. So AB is here and DE is here. So we are going to get the slope of the line AB. So the points are 1, -2 and 4, 2. So we label our points x1, y1, x2, y2. We write down the slope formula from the formula book. Y minus y1 divided by x minus x1. Then we sub into the formula. So y2 is 2. Then we have minus from the formula. And then y1 is -2. So we're going to have -2. And then x2 is 4. So we have 4 here. And then minus. And then x1 is 1. So then we simplify. 2 minus -2 is 2 plus 2, which is 4. And 4 minus 1 is 3. So the slope of the line AB is 4/3. Then we take the points D, 6, -6, and E, 15, 6, and we label them again, x1, y1, x2, y2. We write out our slope formula, and we sub into our slope formula. So y2 is 6, so we've got 6 here, then minus, and then y1 is -6, so we're going to have 6 minus -6, and then x2 is 15, minus, and x1 is 6. So then we simplify. 6 minus -6 is 6 plus 6, which is 12, and 15 minus 6 is 9, and 12 divided by 9 is 4/3. So the lines AB and DE are parallel, as parallel lines have the same slope. So the lines have the same slope, 4/3, so they must be parallel. Parallel lines have the same slope. C, part 1. Show that the area of the triangle CBA is 4 square units. So this is the triangle CBA. And we can see from the diagram that the triangle does not have one of its vertices at the origin, 0, 0. So we have to translate our triangle so that one of the points is 0, 0, and then we can use the formula for area in our formula book. So we write out the 3 points. So C is 4.5, 0. B is 4, 2. And A is 1, minus 2. We want one of the points to become 0, 0. It doesn't matter which one you choose. I'm going to go with this one because the y value was already 0. And I'm going to change the x value from 4.5 to 0. So what did I do to get 4.5 become 0? I minus 4.5. So I have to minus 4.5 to the x value of B and to the x value of A. So the y values stay the same. So we had 0 just stays as 0. So 2 stays as 2 and minus 2 stays as minus 2. So then 4 minus 4.5 is minus 0.5. And 1 minus 4.5 is minus 3.5. So the other 2 points besides 0, 0 now get labelled as x1, y1, x2, y2. We're then going to write out our formula for the area of a triangle. So here's our formula. The area of a triangle is equal to a half times x1 times y2 minus x2 times y1. And since we have these lines here, which indicate length or modulus, we take the positive value of whatever is inside of the lines. So if you end up with a negative number in here, you just make it positive. If it's already positive, it just stays positive. So we set up our formula, replacing each of the letters with brackets. So then we're going to sub into the formula. So x1 is minus 0.5, so that goes in there. y2 is minus 2, so that goes in there. x2 is minus 3.5, so that goes in there. And y1 is 2, so that goes in there. So then we simplify. So we have a half on our line, and minus 0.5 times minus 2 is 1. Then we bring down the minus, and minus 3.5 times 2 is minus 7, and we have our line. And then 1 minus minus 7 is 1 plus 7, which is 8. So now we get a half of 8, so half times 8, and a half multiplied by 8 is 4, and its area, so it's units squared. So we have shown that the area of the triangle CBA is 4 square units. Part 2, find AB, the distance from A to B. So we write out our points. So we have A, 1, minus 2, and B, 4, 2. We label x1, y1, x2, y2. We write out the distance formula from the formula book, which is the square root of x2 minus x1 to be squared plus y2 minus y1 to be squared. We then sub into our formula. So we replace x2 with 4. We replace x1 with 1. We replace y2 with 2. We replace y1 with minus 2. So then we simplify. 4 minus 1 is 3, so that's going to be 3 to be squared. And 2 minus minus 2 is 2 plus 2, which is 4. So that's 4 to be squared. 3 squared is 9, 4 squared is 16. 9 plus 16 is 25, and the square root of 25 is 5 units. So the distance from A to B is 5 units, and that's for 5 marks.